Hello, welcome back, my favorite movement enthusiasts. If you want to build some extraordinary mobility, especially in all the problem zones that most people struggle with, the hips, the knees, the ankles, and your spine, you've come to the right place, because today we have a short, full body mobility routine that is going to take care of all of this. And if you can do this regularly for a handful of weeks, you're going to be amazed at how far you can get with just a simple, short, simple routine. So if you're ready, let's gonna have some fun. Now, before we truly get started, we need to completely relax. To this end, we're gonna start by elevating our arms and shoulders, pulling them up, lengthening our entire body, moving up into our tiptoes, taking a deep breath in. And when breathing out, we're gonna fold forward in our hips, and instead of pulling our upper body down, we're just gonna relax into this position and start bending in one leg, switching and bending in the other leg, and doing dynamic switches for a handful of seconds. Breathe deeply into your stomach. Do not pull your body down. You just want to fully relax into this position and switch a handful of times. Just another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For a second time. Upper body upright. Lengthen your entire body. Move up onto your tiptoes. Take a deep breath in. We're gonna hold this position for 3, 2, 1. And when breathing out, once again, folding forward, relaxing into this hanging position. And this time we're gonna switch with our upper body, turning to the left and turning to the right. Staying as relaxed as you can, relaxing your neck, taking deep breaths into your stomach. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to the middle for a third and final time. All the way up, lengthening our arms and our shoulders, moving up onto our toes, taking a deep breath in, holding for 3, 2, 1, and breathing out a final time, folding forward, relaxing into this position. Now we're going to combine the last 2 movements. Upper body to the left, bending in our right leg. Upper body to the right and bending in our left leg. A handful of times at your own pace with deep diaphragm breaths, meaning from now on, when breathing in, we want to fully expand our stomach as much as we can. And when breathing out, we want to actively pull our stomach in and make it as small as it can. All the way to the left. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And upper body back to the middle. And from here, we're going to switch into a deep squat as our very first starting position. Hands to the floor. If you can, actively keep your feet flat and drive your heels into the ground. All we need to do from here, when breathing in, bringing our knees down to the floor, and then switching into spinal extension, opening up our chest and shoulders. And when breathing out, we're going to actively pull our knees in by flexing our abdominals and our hip flexors, flattening our feet, rounding our entire spine, and pulling our chin down towards our chest to go into full spinal flexion. So, once again, when breathing in, knees down, spinal extension, opening up into external rotation in our shoulders. And when breathing out, once again, pull your knees in, flatten your feet, lengthen your spine, and round it all the way. Only 2 more times. Breathing in, knees down extension. And breathing out, feet flat, spinal flexion. And the final repetition, knees down, and this time we're gonna hold, breathing in, for 3, 2, 1. And when breathing out, back into complete flexion, holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. And without changing starting position, we're gonna start extending our legs, elevating our hips as far as we can. If you can, extend your legs fully. And then we're gonna push our shoulders forward above our fingertips as far as we can without our heels raising. Plant your feet. If your legs are bent, don't worry about it. If you can extend them, absolutely amazing. And now when breathing out, we're once again gonna go back into a deep squat with a rounded back, a lengthened neck, and our hands gonna stay on the floor. Breathing in, extending our legs, pushing our hips forward. Breathing out, moving back into a deep squat with a completely flexed spine. Breathing in, extend and push forward. Breathing out, sit back all the way. And for the final time, breathing in, extending, pushing forward. Holding for 3, 2, 1, and back into our deep squat position for 4, 3, 2, 1. And bringing our knees back down to the floor, our back into spinal extension, because now we're going to combine the last two movement patterns, meaning when breathing in, flattening our feet into a deep squat position, extending our legs all the way, and then pushing our shoulders forward above our fingertips. And when breathing out, first back into a deep squat position, knees down to the floor, and back into spinal extension. One more time, breathing in, deep squat, extend your legs, push your shoulders forward above your fingertips. And breathing out, back, deep squat, knees down, spinal extension, opening up our chest and shoulders. Only 2 more times. Breathing in, number 1. Push your shoulders forward all the way. Breathing out, reverse. Knees down, spinal extension. And the final repetition, breathing in, elevating and pushing forward. We're gonna hold for another 3, 2, 1, and when breathing out, back first into a deep squat, knees down, and this time we're gonna flatten our feet on their back sides, left and right. Keep them a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, because we're gonna need that space to push our hips down until we can sit down all the way, if possible. Placing our hands between our knees from this position when breathing into spinal extension, elevating our hips. And when breathing out into spinal flexion, tilting our pelvis forward, holding our stomach in, and actively pushing our hips down until we touch down, if possible, completely rounded spine. Breathing into extension and elevating. Breathing out into flexion and sitting down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Final repetition, breathing in. Holding for 3, 2, 1, and when breathing out, we're gonna hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing by moving forward into a quadruped position, shoulder width apart in arms and legs, and turning into external rotation in our shoulders by pointing our hands outwards. Once again, when breathing in, moving into spinal extension, actively flexing our spine as much as we can. And when breathing out, moving into spinal flexion with internal rotation in our shoulders, arms extended, lengthening our shoulders, our spine, our arms, pulling our stomach in and letting our head hang loose. And once again, breathing into external rotation, spinal extension, and breathing out into internal rotation and spinal flexion. Breathing in, extension. Breathing out into flexion. Final time, breathing in. Holding for 3, 2, 1, and breathing out. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1, releasing and moving into a neutral position with our hands pointing our fingers forward and simply stepping forward with our left foot to the same height as both hands. Once again, when breathing in, now we're gonna actively push our hips towards the floor, flexing our glutes and our spinal erectors, lengthening our hip flexors and our quads, and actively pulling our left knee outwards, opening up our entire hips and keeping our posterior chain flexed. And when breathing out, we're gonna reverse by pushing our hips backwards, lengthening our entire posterior chain by extending our left leg, flexing our spine, pulling our upper body down, and flexing our core. Once again, breathing in, pushing forward, flexing our posterior chain, lengthening our anterior chain. Breathing out, stretching our posterior chain and flexing our anterior chain. Breathing in forward. Breathing out backwards. And breathing in forward, holding the front for 3, 2, 1. And now when breathing out, we're going to move with our right arm towards the ceiling, opening into a spinal rotation for the first time. And breathing in, switching, right hand down, left arm up. And breathing out, switching, left hand down, right arm up. Breathing in, switch. Breathing out, switch. Final time, breathing in, switching. And now, when breathing out, we're gonna carefully turn forward and move down with our arms to the floor. If you can, place them all the way down, grab your hands, relax your neck, and if you can't, you can simply start here and slowly move down as far as you can without experiencing any pain in your joints. We're gonna hold the lowest point here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up. And now we're gonna push backwards and sit down all the way onto our right foot, just like so. From here, we're gonna move our arms upwards, extend them all the way. When breathing in, we're gonna sit up, push our hips forward, and now lengthen our entire anterior chain in our upper body, opening up our hip flexors and quads as well. And when breathing out, we're gonna sit back down all the way and try and grab our foot with both hands and pull our upper body towards our leg. We're only gonna do this a second time. Breathing in, pushing forward, this time holding the front for 3, 2, 1, and breathing out, pushing backwards, holding the front for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing, placing both our hands right here, moving our hips forward, and now we're gonna switch left leg back, right foot, right hand outside. Breathing in, hips to the floor, flexing our posterior chain, elevating our upper body, lengthening our anterior chain. Breathing out, pushing backwards, lengthening our posterior, flexing our anterior chain. Breathing in, forward. Breathing out, backwards. Breathing in. Breathing out. And final repetition, breathing in, holding the front for 3, 2, 1. And when breathing out, back into spinal rotation, left arm towards the ceiling. Breathing in, switch, left hand down, right arm up. Breathing out, switch. Breathing in, switch. Out, switch. Final time, breathing in, switching. Holding for 3, 2, 1. And when breathing out, once again, we're gonna lower down as far as we can. Place your arms, grab your hands, relax your neck, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and carefully elevating and then carefully sitting back all the way onto our left foot this time. Extending our arms above our head, pulling our shoulders up. One more time, when breathing in, pushing our hips forward, lengthening our anterior chain all the way, flexing our posterior chain all the way. And breathing out, reversing, grabbing our foot and stretching our entire posterior chain. Only a second time. Breathing in, holding the front for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pushing down, holding the front. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and letting go. Hands to the front, moving forward, bringing our right leg backwards, and now we're gonna push our hips back all the way, lengthening from our glutes all the way towards our fingertips, actively pushing our hips towards the floor and our chest as well. And now we're gonna shimmy to the left, shimmy to the right, loosen up our hips, our knees, our shoulders, and our spine while taking deep breaths. Into your stomach, expanding, and out, pulling your stomach in all the way. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. That's it. A very simple, very short, very simple routine if you do this regularly. And this is one you can do every single day. Try it out for only 30 days and trust me, you're gonna feel so much better within such a short time. You're gonna see some amazing results. With that said, that's all the time I've left for you today. If you like the video, subscribe. And I'll probably see you very soon because we do stuff like that very regularly. So until then, have a good one. Captain Cairo. Peace out.